Damn it. Well, hello there. I was just starting it off. Hi, I'm Devin. Let's back to another video. I was just not really thinking of doing anything else. So I'm like, why not do a library haul wrap-up? Like, I know that I'm doing a little, oh, damn. Okay, so I know that, that doing wrap-ups is kind of a generic thing for booktubers too, but I'm like, well, I'm not ideal, so I'm just guessing I'll do it. Like, let's just let for a generic thing. I don't want to come off as generic when I'm doing these videos or whatever, but I figured just, why the fuck not? So first thing I have to do, and you've already kind of saw it all flipping through it, is 300 by Frank Miller. If none of you are heard of 300, basically it's like a big ass, Dark Horse comic, which is about the I'm fucking up. Yeah, this is not. I'm not sure how I'm gonna edit this out. I'm probably not. This is a comic by Frank Miller, like stated. Damn it. Yeah, this video's gonna be edited. If you see me stutter a bit, I'm a first-time YouTuber, so I'm taking too long. But basically, it's obviously 300 Spartans take on that. It's kind of a fictional take though, because Xerxes did not actually look like that. Let me pause for a second. Okay, now we're back. Yeah, Xerxes did not actually look like this. It kind of looks like a girl, to be an example. Damn it. It was an enjoyable and interesting take on the War Spartans. That's all I have to say. There's nothing really mind-blowing on it, and it's my first Frank Miller comic, and I'm definitely looking forward to reading Sin City. The other, comic that I read was a pretty popular one, and that's Watchmen by Alan Moore. I've tried to review Vendetta by Alan Moore, but I just can't read that in one sitting. It was really slow, so I have to take my time reading it. And I read this over the course of 6 days, like 2 issues a day. Obviously, this very popular comic. It's acclaimed as one of the best graphic novels of all time. It's by Alan Moore. It's also what acclaimed writers written things like V for Vendetta, like I stated, The Killing Joke, Batman from Hell, which I'm very interested in checking out. He's also written a run on the Cross series, Cross Plus 100. He's also written The Courtyard and another prequel series called Providence. So, I read this and I really enjoyed it. There was some things I was kind of like, on like some casual kind of like things that were kind of said that I was like, well, you don't need to say it like that, or you can keep your mouth shut. The reveals kind of, and the ending was not like, it was fine. It had a lot of deaths in it. I'm not gonna say who, because spoilers. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. 4 out of 5 stars, although I'm not connected to my main Goodreads profile, so I can't rate it. So that's basically my rating. I'll just move on to the books I read for this one. I'll move on to the manga that I read later. Yes, I read some manga. First, the first novel I read during this haul is The Iron Legends by Josei Kagawa, which is combined up of 3 novellas from the Iron Fey world. I've so far read the main Iron Fey series, and I enjoyed it, but it was kind of like a fun, kind of trashy fantasy series, but it is a fun series. It was okay. None of the novellas were really special, although, of course, I'm gonna read, the Call of Forgotten spin-off trilogy and all of other Julie Kagawa's books in the next library halls I have, because, damn it, I'm just gonna throw, like, a Julie Kagawa-a-thon. So yeah, 3 out of 5 stars, nothing special. Then the next book I read was The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hant. I previously read her Unearthly trilogy back in April, I'm pretty sure it's April. And I did enjoy it, the third book being my favorite. This was kind of what I would hearken to Winter Girls. It's not like Winter Girls, like it does have a depressing mood, but Winter Girls was kind of like haunting and like disturbing yet beautiful at the same time. This was just a really interesting look into loss and grief, because this girl lost the death, as grieving the death of her twin brother. She loses twin brother and she's seen as ghost a few times. It does have some paranormal elements to it, but it's mainly like contemporary about this girl dealing with loss and grief. So, and there's also a bit of a mystery element to it, because she's trying to figure out what her brother wants. So don't expect this to be like mystery, intriguing, action, ghost, scary, because it's not. It's kind of fits on October because of the ghost thing. Although I would recommend this for more of like a September rainy day read. Overall, 4 out of 5 stars. Enjoyed it. I overall like Cynthia Hant's books. The next one I read was Dead to You by Lisa McMahon. Which ironically enough, those were some of the first books I read from the library, her Wake trilogy, which I really enjoyed. This was a very enjoyable, addictive thriller book. Although the main character did say some things that I was kind of like, what? I'll just give a little bit brief thoughts, not heavy spoilers, but just brief thoughts because I'm obviously not going to do a review of this. Like, he says some things about this girl named Cammy, where he's like, I want her. She's a fucking lake of beautiful. I was like, whoa, you going too far there, Ethan. Or I'm not gonna say anything else. And then he forcibly kisses her at one point. I was like, oh, okay, Ethan, you give it off some major creeper vibes. And the build up to the reveal, it was just basically, I felt like it was Lisa McMahon just spelling out to the reader, hey, here's the reveal. Oh, here's the build up. I'm just gonna show the reveal to your face. And even though it's kind of obvious what the reveal is, the build up to that just kind of felt like she was spelling out. When it did come, I was like, well, I kind of guessed early on. Like, that was one of my main guesses during thinking that this was their thing, and it does end very abruptly. But I didn't have a problem because I expected that. So overall, enjoy this. A flawed but fun and addictive thriller. 4.5 out of 5 stars. 7.5 out of 10, I would say. The next one I read is a very famous book, which has 3 movie adaptations out of it. That is Carrie by Stephen King, yes. I read Stephen King for the first time, and I enjoyed it. I did know some spoilers going into it. I used to look up spoilers for everything. I no longer do that. Don't worry. I did enjoy this. There was, like, excerpts, that were from, like, various things. Like, I like the ones covering other people's perspectives on Carrie, or from Steve's autobiography. Shit, I'm stuttering a lot. But there was parts where it was basically kind of explaining what happened and explaining this whole telekinesis thing, and then there was and I was like, stop, please, you're boring me. And then there was someone who I was following on one of my Goodreads profiles called Attack Salmon, where she said it focused on too many insignificant details, which actually is a point, because, like, whenever they would describe something, they would describe sometimes what exact row, what exact time it happened, and what location. They're like, okay, you don't need to describe this much. It's just kind of like overkill description. So, enjoyed it. Flawed. 3 out of 5 stars. 4, 3.5. And then the mangas I read were all first volumes of the series. The first one I read is Attack on Titan by Hajime Isayama. This was an enjoyable manga. Like, I do know something going into this, but I don't know a lot. So, it has a popular anime series based off of it. I enjoy this. The ending did make me want to get the next volume immediately, which I am going to get my next haul. I do kind of know how it's going to end, but I just want to get the next feeling. And there was, like, 2 panels of, like, pause for a second. Like, here's the first panel, and here's, like, the second panel. Just, like, a splash page of just really cool art. Although it is kind of scratchy, and sometimes during some action scenes, I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on. But overall, enjoyable first one into a manga series. The next one is very unpopular. It has popular anime series, but it is Death Note by Tsugumi Oba with art by Takeshi Obata. This was decent. The pacing in the beginning was kind of, like, really rushed and just kind of like, whoa, you're going too fast. It did, like, settle in naturally later, but it was overall a decent thing. Yeah, so 3 out of 5 stars. I definitely read the rest of the series, though. And the next one is Tokyo Ghoul by Sui Ishida. This was also really enjoyable. I'm really interested in this Tuka character that was popular because she has a really interesting backstory. The main character is fine. I'd have to comment on that. It was overall a really enjoyable thing. Did have some creepy moments in it, so yeah. That was overall my library haul. See you next time, people.